Blackstone Publishing and Urban Audiobooks present If It Isn't Love by Dwayne S. Joseph. This book is read by Albert S. Prologue. You have 6 months to live, up to a year, possibly with medication, but we caught it late, so the more realistic time frame is 6 months. I'm sorry. Gene Stapleton Blige sat stoic in Dr. Johnson's uncomfortable chair on the other side of his desk and stared. Not at him, not at anything really. She just stared. Leukemia. Chronic lymphatic leukemia to be exact. CLL for short. 6 months to live. Sure, extending her life beyond that was possible, but there'd been no confidence in the doctor's tone. Gene stared at nothing. Dr. Johnson cleared his throat. He'd given news like this many times before, but the delivery was never easy. Life was unfair. Damn unfair. He cleared his throat. There is chemotherapy or other drugs that you can try. Jean averted her gaze from nothing in particular to Dr. Johnson's somber brown eyes. That won't cure me, will it? No. And the likelihood of living past 6 months is slim, correct? Dr. Johnson nodded. Yes. Jean stood up and gathered her coat in her arms. Then there is no point in trying anything. Thank you, Doctor. I'm glad to have met you. Jean extended her hand. Dr. Johnson looked at her and tried to conceal his frown. 65 years old. Still a lot of life left to live. Damn unfair, he thought again. He stood up and took Jean's hand. He wanted to apologize again, but instead said, Goodbye, Mrs. Stapleton Blige. Jean nodded and then turned and walked out of his office. Minutes later, she sat in her car in the parking lot, again staring at nothingness. Tears should have been flowing from her eyes. Her hands should have been shaking. She should have been cursing God for allowing this to happen to her. But none of those things happened. Jean breathed slow breaths. Death was inevitable, and at some point it happened to everyone. Some people's time came before others. Whether she liked it or not, she caught the early bus. There was no point in being angry or sad. It was what it was. For better or worse, Jean had lived her life, and now God was telling her that her time was up and he needed her at his side. She let out a slow sigh. 6 months. Somehow she knew that she'd never make the year time period.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?